So here's the question you've been asking. Kev, when is it time to invest in real estate? Well, I'm here to tell you, because if you've thought about getting into real estate investing, then you might have wondered that very thing. When's the best time to invest? Is it now? Is it next week? Is it next year? Just tell me when, right? That's probably what you're thinking. Well, in today's video, I'm gonna share my thoughts on getting into real estate investing based on our experience over the last 15 years of adding over $1 billion to our clients' financial lives through real estate deals. Now, what if I told you though, there is never a bad time to buy real estate. Only a bad time to sell if the right kind of real estate in the right kind of markets is what's being used. See, there's one type of real estate in one type of market category that is key. And I'm gonna share with you exactly what it is and the 4 reasons that type of real estate in this kind of a category is the reason why now is always the right time to invest. We're gonna unlock it right on the other side. Let's go. Okay, so look, I misled you a little bit, right? Because the video is like, when is it the best time to invest in real estate? And I told you right off the bat that the best time to invest in real estate is always right now. But listen, there's a caveat. And the caveat is this: now is only the best time all of the time if it's the right kind of real estate, okay? So in other words, what I mean is, like, if you're doing the wrong kind of real estate or you're using the wrong kind of strategy, then now may not be the best time. So let me give you an example, okay? So right now, what we're seeing that there is a high price tag attached to a lot of real estate, but there is a lot more real estate that's coming out onto the market than was there the last couple years. So now what that means is, if you're a flipper, right? You're flipping real estate, meaning you're trying to buy low and then do some work and sell it high. It may be difficult to find some real estate right now. So if all you want to do is flip, now may not be a good time to buy real estate. But if you do the right kind of real estate that works no matter what, regardless of what's happening around you, then now is always the right time to buy real estate. And what is that right kind of real estate? That right kind of real estate is simple and conservative, single-family residential real estate done in the right types of markets where you hang on to it over time until it's time to sell or refi and take that one property and turn it into a couple. Now, why is that such an effective form of real estate? Because we're talking about single-family rentals. Now, if you think about single-family rentals, single-family real estate, why is that the right kind of real estate always to be doing, especially if you're gonna hang on to it for a while? It is as easy as Econ 110. You remember when you took economics? I took like one economics class, and I don't even think I got that good of a grade, but I remember one thing from econ, and it was supply and demand. Yeah, you know that little curve, and there's like lines, and you know what I'm talking about. Supply and demand is the reason why single-family rentals are awesome, because single-family residential real estate is the highest in-demand real estate across the country. And it also comes with it some really powerful aspects that make it extremely attractive. See, the vast majority of Americans live in single-family real estate. The vast majority of Americans either rent or buy single-family real estate. If you look at how many think about it, every city you go to, right? Every city you go to, there's the really nice stuff that's up on the hill, but what is the majority of the sprawl made up of? What is the majority of the city made up of? Single-family residential real estate, right? Now, I'm not talking about multi-family real estate, because there'll be an apartment building here or there, sure, but I'm talking about single-family homes. I lived in Germany for a couple years, and in Germany, there's like high-rises all over the place. That's the most in-demand real estate in Germany. There's only a handful of neighborhoods where you have actual homes, but in America, most of the neighborhoods, most of the time, are single-family properties. Now, what that tells you is that it is both the largest supply and the highest demand. You want to own supply where demand is high. That's why single-family residential real estate is so successful, okay? That's the first thing that I want you to know. The second thing that I want you to know about single-family real estate and why that's powerful and always available to be bought and to be profitable now is that single-family real estate allows you to use leverage and financing terms that are always the best. So I think it was Warren Buffett who said something like, if he could go and get mortgages on like hundreds of thousands of properties, that's what he would want to do. That would be the best kind of investment. And here's the reason why. If you look at financing terms, the best financing terms available on the planet is in single-family residential real estate. You get a 30-year mortgage, meaning you can pay a home off over 30 years at single-digit interest. And that can be amortized over a really long period of time, which keeps your payment low, your interest low. Now, here's the deal. Even with the low interest rate, if you were to take that loan to term, you'd be paying a tremendous amount of interest, right? However, with the kind of real estate that we do, you're only gonna own that home for a handful of years before you refinance equity out and go get another one, or you sell one to go get two. So now you're not just having to pay 30 years of interest, and even if you were, you're not paying the interest. That's the beauty of this model. You're not paying the principal, you're not paying the interest, your tenant is. Because when you rent out a property like this, your tenant is making a payment and giving you a little bit extra, right? That's your cash flow. But them making the payment, it's covering your principal, interest, tax, and insurance. So somebody else is paying your principal, somebody else is paying your interest, somebody else is paying your taxes, and somebody else is paying your insurance. Your tenant is, plus they're giving you a little bit extra to be able to live in that home. See, the third thing that I want you to know about why this kind of real estate is the right kind to buy now and always is that these types of properties attract the right kind of tenants. Now, we're not just talking in general about single family rentals, we're talking about single family rentals in the right market, in the right scenario. Now, there's lower priced homes and there's higher priced homes that could be considered single family rentals, right? We're talking about like the nice-ish homes, right? Like 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, or 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Probably some of that, suburban type of homes, right? That's where people want to be. If you're in a good neighborhood where there's a good work environment and there's a good economy that's surrounding kind of where that home is, it's going to attract the kind of tenant that wants to send their kids to a good school, that wants to have stability, that wants to have neighbors to come over and eat cookies or whatever neighbors do, right? That's what people want. Now, before I go on and tell you the last couple points of why this kind of real estate done this way in these markets is the single greatest kind of real estate to do, and why now is always the right time to do it, I just want to take a second and say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of this journey that we have together. Look, we are here to provide videos for you that are powerful, that are impactful, that can help you make steps towards where you're wanting to go. This channel is dedicated to giving you mindset tips, tricks, tactical, and all the information necessary so you can start from wherever you are and get to where you want to go, so that you can achieve the economic independence and income replacement and financial opportunity that you've been hoping for your entire life. We feel it our responsibility to take you from where you are to where you want to go, and we do that by sharing videos about how you can use single-family residential real estate, especially real estate that's done for you, to create real wealth, to create generational wealth for you and your family. We want you to know how to find the right kind of real estate, how to take advantage of the right kind of real estate, what markets to be looking in, what you should be considering when it comes to real estate, so that you can create the wealth you've always hoped for. This channel is for you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to like this video, I want you to subscribe to this channel, and I want you to share it with a family member or a friend who you think could benefit from the content that's on this channel. Okay, if you'll go do that, then I'm gonna deliver in return, and I'm gonna give you the last couple things that make this kind of real estate the most powerful real estate to do, especially when it's done right now. Okay, so here come the last 2 points of why this kind of real estate in these markets and when it's done right now is the best kind of real estate you can invest in. This kind of real estate, single family residential real estate done the right way in the right market with the right set of conditions, 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage in good neighborhoods with good economies that attract good tenants. One of the other reasons why this kind of real estate is awesome is this kind of real estate is the most liquid form of real estate that exists. Now, here's what I mean by that. A lot of times people don't really think that real estate would be considered liquid, right? Like we think, oh, I'm locking up the money in the real estate, right? And so we think that there's a lack of liquidity. The reality is, what is liquidity just means, how do I get to the money quickly, right? How do I go? So like an ATM is the most liquid, right? It's like you put a card in and you get money out. People, know that a 401k is not really liquid. It's like I'm putting money in there and it's kind of like locked up, right? But having money in a bank account is liquid because we can go get it really quickly. Well, if it comes to real estate can actually be really liquid if you do this kind of real estate, and here's why. Remember, I already told you in this video that this type of real estate is in the highest demand. Well, here's what that means. If you do this kind of real estate, you have the entirety of the world at your fingertips to be able to buy the home from you if you want to get out of it. People that are looking for a place to live forever will buy your home. People that want to own it as a really successful conservative investment will buy your home. Institutional buyers who are just trying to put positive assets on their books will buy your home. So if everybody wants your property, that means you could be liquid because you can always have a built-in buyer. You can always have somebody, maybe even your tenants that are renting the home from you, may want to buy it from you. Now, if you were to go do multifamily real estate, or you were to go do commercial real estate, or some other kind of real estate, think about who your buyers are. If you're buying a multifamily investment property, like an apartment complex, or even like a fourplex or something like that, you're an investor. And the only people you would sell it to would be another investor who understand there's going to be doors that they have to manage, right? But if you own a single family residential piece of real estate in the right market with the right set of conditions, like a 3-bed, 2-bath kind of deal like we've been talking about, guess what? Everybody wants that. You're not just selling to other investors, you're selling to investors and primary residence buyers and institutional buyers and everything. So it gives you the greatest shot at liquidity. In addition, remember we talked about the financing terms that are available on single family residences? Well, here's the other cool thing. You could go do a refinance on your property and pull money out. You could go get a home equity line of credit if it's available and pull some money out. So all of a sudden you are liquid with the equity that's even in the property. So real estate creates tremendous liquidity. Now, here's the fifth thing that I want you to understand about why this kind of real estate, why this is always the best kind of real estate to buy, and now is always the reason. With all these aspects, now is the time to buy. And here's what I can tell you. Every single client we've ever worked with, if they hang on to their property for at least 6 years, it has not mattered what time in history, what the purchase price was or what the interest rate was. And the reason I say 6 years is when you look at the mortgage crash, right? And like you look at like 2008, 2009, kind of into 10 and 11, when we were kind of crashing and recovering, even people that bought at the peak in like 2007, if they rode it all the way down, it took about 6 years for the market to recover and then exceed where it had been. Now, that's probably the longest time that it's ever taken in our modern history. But even with that, if they hung on for 6 years, they were always better off than had they not bought at all. And that's what I want you to know. The reason why now is always the right time to buy is if you give it enough time, this kind of real estate in this market with this set of conditions, you will not lose. Now, you can lose if you sell too early. You can lose if you buy the wrong kind of real estate. You could lose if you put the wrong kind of real estate in the wrong kind of market, or if you have the wrong kind of partners. What I'm talking about is simple and conservative real estate investing done for you. This way, if you give it time, you will always be on the high side, or at least the good side of what that investment could do. So here's the question. Are you tired of getting poor returns on your investments? Because with real estate, especially this kind of real estate, you can have average returns in the double digits, right? You can get cash flow and tax benefits, and you can hedge inflation. You can do all the things that we've been talking about. You can get these amazing returns with something like real estate that provides all these tax benefits and everything that come with it. It is such a powerful mode of investing, and we are firm believers in stacking up small wins to create massive wins. We call it micro wins to millions. That's what this channel is about. But what if you're like, well, I want to do real estate, but I don't want to deal with tenants and toilets and all the other hassles of being a landlord, not to mention all the research and knowing what property and what market and the contracts and the tenants and the managing. If you don't want to deal with all that stuff, that's what we're here for. That's what we do at Done For You Real Estate. At DFY-realestate.com, you can get more information, or go down in the description and click the link below, because what we do is we do all the work for you so you can sit back and watch your money grow. We help you stack up wins to replace your income, help you declare economic independence, and grow your wealth in a micro wins to million style. So click the link below to get set up on a call with our team today, and we'll talk to you about how you can get from where you are to where you're trying to go with simple and conservative real estate, and it's gonna be awesome. I do declare. See you soon.